The story in Ohio all year has been the lateness of this crop. Following a very delayed planting season, farmers have been playing catch-up all summer.
They look good if they were a month earlier. A lot of variation. The corn, primarily, I'd say, is in the roast near stage. Seen some it's just barely blistered, some it's barely dented.
We're seeing conditions here that are not normal for mid-August.
Obviously, they had some issues with the early season rains and the wetness, and it delayed their plantings. So we're going to see some crops early on, especially today, that are a lot less far along in terms of the maturity process than what we'll get into as we get into days 2, 3, and 4 of this tour.
As we move west on the 2011 Pro Farmer Midwest Crop Tour, we'll likely see a lot more development to this crop, and we'll get a true judge of the true yield potential.
The crops are not nearly as mature, and that's one of the biggest issues. There's been a lot more moisture in the ground. These crops are behind, but there's still lots of moisture. These crops, you can tell that a lot of them were planted late. We're seeing uneven stands and that type of thing. That's not an issue that we have. Our corn, for the most part, was planted real timely, and so there's just a huge difference in maturity is probably the largest thing we're seeing.
It's obviously been a difficult year for farmers here in Ohio, and with anything less than a late frost, their troubles will only be compounded.
I'm from this local area about 20 miles from here, and September 25th is our normal frost date. So hopefully we get an October 15th frost date. If we get a September 15th frost date, it'll be disaster in this area.
Near Kenton, Ohio, this is Greg Vincent reporting.